Usually, I swear we spoke about this. Usually I get the, but Tuesday when it was it's been peak.
I haven't been.
Now they've stopped.
No way.
Yeah, they've stopped. Well, I think you can pay for it, but you can't get it on the NHS no more.
Oh, is it?
So I had to pay £60 the other day, but they don't do the water thing no more. It's some necks.
Have you seen that thing where
suction? No, it's a suction.
Where you burn the thing.
No, you did that one time, innit?
This is what I'm saying. I've heard mixed reviews. Man.
I feel like if your ears aren't that bad, then I think it will work. But my ones are bad, as you could clearly just see.
I mean, the whole lifestyle change.
Whole energy change, bro. On this side. It's all somber on that side and shit.
Yeah, man. I don't know how I feel about this side. It's like you got dim over here.
All right, we back. Episode 30.
You know what, I was thinking we kind of flopped like episode 30.
Yeah, we should have done something special, innit?
It's like 30, innit?
But then is it special?
It's man
50.
reaching.
It's 50.
Yeah, man's reaching.
I'd say 25 and 50. Not even 25. 50. 50 would be
50.
Yeah, when we do 50, I feel like we do you know what we should do? We should have guests.
Like rotating guests or like a whole
like a audience.
We should do,
like an audience. Should have an audience here watching us do the podcast, and then after we have a dance.
Yeah.
Well,
I was just thinking like get them involved in the queue, maybe get them a mic or two.
Yeah.
A whole dance, you know.
Well, we just like flashing.
Look who you are, bro.
Nah?
Look who you are.
I just want to get some alcohol. We can get partying and
bruh.
That's cool.
I mean, we can have a look of chill.
That's what I meant. Like that's what I meant. Not like a
dance.
Not
you
like
made
a
it sound like some Jamaican christening.
Okay, guys, welcome to Watch It or Not
TV.
Thank you very much.
Just
make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all those things there because we want to hear them sounds.
The little ting, little tung.
What's that based on?
I mean, there's no one here to explain it to you. I know, like the people
but
that know.
Don't know.
All right, for our we get new. For the new viewers, new subscribers. Basically, depending on what browser you use, So you know when you hop on the internet, jump on the browser. Look, I need to find out
about the YouTube app.
Nah. Why are you trying to throw that?
No, sorry, I thought that's what.
Nah. You see if you use like a Dell, like using
or like a Lenovo or something. What's happening?
Microsoft. I know they got different, like one's Bing or something. So I need to find out what them ones are. However, you see Safari and Google Chrome and them man there, The ting for one, the tongue for the other.
I'm Daniel Nero.
I go by the name of Zush, aka Guyver.
So what we got for them today?
All right, today we got a few on Netflix.
Yeah.
And we've never done that. Yeah, we have. I'm lying. We got ITV Hub special.
Mm-hmm. What did we do on ITV?
I don't know, but I feel like we've done something.
Nah, Snorlax was on BBC.
I didn't say Snorlax.
No, okay, sorry. Apologies.
Anyway, people, we have Beckett.
Yeah.
No one knows where we are. It's really just the two of us.
There was an accident with the car. Where's my girlfriend, April?
Yeah.
From our boy,
John David Washington.
2 first names. We've done quite a bit on him, man.
Yeah, we have. We've done Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah. How was it? Why do I feel like...
Because we had a good clip. We circulated that clip.
Yeah,
that clip was circulating. So
that was a good clip.
Yeah.
And we also have our boy from Aquaman,
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
That you say it?
He's never going to cut his hair, is he?
Nah.
That's fully his signature, isn't it?
That's his
I was thinking about it. I was like, that's you now, isn't it?
No, that's
like,
his thing.
You changed that whole look and you might even have a career no more.
No, that's his look. Scraggy, dirty Australian
He's just
surfer.
Aquaman and everything. Anyway, so we got that where that's called Sweet Girl.
Sweet Girl, yeah.
Sweet Girl.
My wife was supposed to start a new medication.
The company that makes the drug pulled it off the market.
Paying competitors to sell generic brands of drugs? That is immoral.
Our next caller is from Pittsburgh.
If my wife dies, it's your death sentence. I can help you get justice for what happened to your wife.
Who's that?
Local family gets ravaged by big pharma's greed. We could blow this thing wide open.
Sweet Girl. And last but not least, we have the new 3-part special.
Yep.
Stephen.
When my son was murdered, the police thought just another black boy stabbed.
Just left there, gathering dust. Not right, is it?
You're telling me that there's nothing you can do, and I don't accept that.
Seriously, hasn't this case been investigated to death?
Witnesses say Stephen was set upon by 5 or 6 men.
But is this real? Does the brass actually want us to solve this murder?
The Metropolitan Police have ceased to amaze me.
I told them to send you everything.
Well, they didn't.
Stephen, which is about Stephen Lawrence. Yeah. And that's what we got for you today.
Yep. So, okay, so we're starting with Beckett then, yeah?
I mean, what you say goes. You hear me?
I mean, you said Beckett, so...
I didn't say Beckett.
You said Beckett.
No, I did not say Beckett,
That's the first thing that you introduced. You said we got Beckett today. So, do you know, like...
Wanna be funny, boy.
What are you going to tell them?
I can tell, I can tell what kind of episode this is going to be now.
Beckett, John David Washington.
We like John David, man.
No, we do. We definitely do.
We didn't do Tenet. That's why I think we done it, but we didn't do Tenet.
No, I seen it, but
yeah,
we didn't do it.
We didn't do it.
This one, you can find it on Netflix.
It's a Netflix special, right?
Popped up on my thing a while ago, actually. I was going to...
I've seen it.
A while ago, and I was like, yeah. And then this week, I was like, okay, cool, let's just do Beckett.
Yeah.
Synopsis time.
Go on.
How are we doing it? How are we going to do it? What are we saying? Well, it's Greek. Well, I don't really know no Greek. I don't know how Greek people speak, so...
Do it like you're getting chased.
All right. Okay.
And we'll explain why, obviously.
Okay, cool. All right. Following a tragic car accident in Greece, an American tourist finds himself in the center of a dangerous political conspiracy and is on the run for his life.
I mean, that worked. Yeah, yeah, that worked. That definitely worked. I was not thinking all of that, but you done all of that and it worked.
This one popped up for me. I see it, and like I said, I had seen it before. I was like,
it's got his big head on the cover. You can't miss it.
It didn't really grab me. I even watched the trailer for it as well. And I was just like, this was before though. And I was like,
and it still didn't will you into watch it then?
And I was like, ugh. So I started watching it and I was like, do you know what? Like, this seems okay. Like
where did you start making that? Before an incident or after an incident?
I think I was still in this movie for quite a while.
Okay.
But I think where it changed for me is when he reaches the embassy. From there,
it kind of gets a...
it's as if it's two different movies.
Yeah,
like even the score, the music in the background
kind of changed.
It was just because at the start I kind of got this.
It's like the mood of the film changed a bit.
It was. I don't know what happened. It's just. And I don't know
what
if
you're saying.
This is
and I didn't really clock that at the time, but as you're saying it, it was like, the
because
mood
it was
of the film
more.
did change.
Maybe it's supposed to because it was more a chase up until that point.
Yeah,
but still, it was just. It really changed.
Well, the whole film was a chase.
Yeah,
like he ran for a very long time.
And the thing, I don't know if it's a thing. I feel like movies have themes in sections. So for like 10 years, you'll have this type of movie. So, like we've had this big thing about superheroes. So we had, like, you had your One Punch Mans, your, what was the thing we watched that was absolutely crap? Jupiter's Legacy. We had another hero thing as well. Umbrella,
there's been loads.
I feel like, and now I feel we're in the theme of normal people somehow taking on the government kind of thing. Because
that's always been a thing though.
I see like
we've always been running from the CIA and some kind of political stitch up.
I've seen so many of those movies recently as well. We're even I don't want to say much, but even with Sweet Girl is a similar type of theme. It's just
one of my favorite films with Owen Wilson is No Escape, and it's the same sort of thing. Like that's just a banging film.
Is that movie unrealistic as well?
What?
That movie?
No Escape?
Yeah. Is it unrealistic?
There's certain things that they do in there that is a bit action.
Because this was unrealistic.
Bruh.
This was.
You know what? I didn't think it was that bad until a certain scene.
Above, does it involve him jumping,
bro?
Do you know when that happened?
Go on.
Yeah, when that happened, I genuinely questioned whether or not it was still a drama or if it was a comedy.
That's what I'm saying. Because it was cool up until then. Like the things man was doing and got even like it was cool. You could let that slide.
They were still unrealistic.
And then that happened, and I was like, come on. And what kind of shagged me off here is right after that scene, the little knock he took and was completely dazed. I was like, well, come on, bro. Like, you literally...
Bro.
We won't say what happened, but that scene is just a bit too... But that was after the embassy though, innit?
That was after the embassy.
So like you said, when he got to the embassy and he met who he met, it kind of changed the mood of the film. It wasn't more comedic, but...
Wasn't it? It felt like it did. Because even there was a part where, I don't know if I can say it, but there was a part where someone tries to tase him.
Yeah.
But instead of just tasing him, the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry about this. And then tries to tase him. I'm like, bruv, like, why? Like, why? And even when
it's almost, that character changed the film.
That character, I don't know what he was. Like,
that character changed the
film.
Was
he on Bants? He was on Bants, innit?
He, you know what? He reminded me. He came like he should have been in Suicide Squad. That was the kind of Bants
he was on Bants. He was on Bants, innit? He wasn't a serious character.
Yeah.
He was on Bants. Well, at all times. At all times, I see him on Bants.
From the time he met him.
Even when do you remember when he was chasing him and then he couldn't catch and he dashed the rock at him?
Yeah.
He was on Bants, bro.
Yeah.
He was on Bants.
Yeah, he was. Like, he came in 3/4 of the way in and just kind of just turned the whole mood of the film.
Everything was serious up until then. Like, it was a serious movie. I was watching it, even though I was thinking...
Was it dry?
I wouldn't say it was dry. I would say, go back to my word and say unrealistic. And now...
Even before that?
Yeah. So now, what I want to say is, when I say unrealistic, I mean... Most films have elements of
and we're starting to realize, since we've been doing this show, we're starting to realize that a lot more.
A lot is, and you have to let a lot slide.
Yeah.
You have to let a lot slide to allow things to be like, okay, yeah, it was okay, but this happens.
It has to bring in that piece.
Yeah. So
it's
I
like
was
sometimes
like,
you got to do something.
But there's a thing that I have with knowing what I think I know. So when I think of the police and the CIA and the FBI, I feel like they have more power than I do. But when I watch these types of movies, it feels like they don't have as much power as I feel that they do. Because what occurs and what people do and what people get away with and how they're still alive by the end of movies, I can't fathom. Because I just assume that an FBI agent could walk in here, shoot all three of us, and get away with it. That's what I feel like that's what I feel FBI agents are on that level.
But I get it, but making the story so they can make something of the story.
That
wasn't a bad.
Make the story under that pretense then. Don't have me.
But they kind of did. You kind of know from the get-go, okay.
Don't have me running. Don't have me jumping off mountains and not getting hurt.
Oh, and it was just because...
and you're telling me that no one could see me or no one could find me and I'm the only black man in Greece.
Yeah, it was a bit looping at times.
Bro, I would say this was worse than looping because I know for a fact, 100% unequivocal fact that there are black people in France. I would bet my life that there was no black people in this village.
But he was out in the country quite a bit. He wasn't. There was only parts where he was in like the town where it was bait. For the most part, he was. You hear me?
What in the random rural towns?
Yeah, he was.
So how? Like,
but he's just running in the woods for the most part. You hear me? That was the only thing that annoyed me. It was like a lot of that. But I tell you what, the good thing about David John, unlike things like Horizon Line and what was the other film that
Shadow
we watched?
in the Cloud,
and we're talking about characters having to hold scenes by themselves. John David, he's an actor. He does that, and I think that's why it's not as dry.
It's definitely not as
because
not as
potentially
bad as
he's just kind of just running.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of him. But there's enough good acting in it for you to believe him as a character for a moment.
Do you know, you said something to me not too long ago, yeah, and it stuck with me. And now I'm not giving people blighs with it. Where you said, I said to you, yeah, but it's good acting. You said, yeah, but they're actors. They're supposed to be good. So when I was watching this, yeah, I felt the same. I was like, oh, he's doing like he's good. But then I'm thinking, well, yeah, you know what? You're right. He is an actor, so he should be able to act. But then
again, with the show highlighting them things, you start to realize maybe it's not as easy as
fair enough.
say. Sometimes you need a cast.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like, yeah, you're an actor, but you're not that good by yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Because we've seen some poor acting. We've seen some poor acting.
Yeah, me. Smuggled in a cast of like Maze Runners and shit. Yeah, me. You're all right. Yeah, me.
Smuggled in a cast.
But when it's just you and now you got a whole scene. Yeah.
No, he did do well in this. And there was a few bits I was like, yeah, but overall, I would say, yeah, he did well. But you know what he's about, really. He's not little boy in this thing.
This is like, I feel like he's just portfolio building.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
And you know what?
He's got a decent portfolio.
And you know a good thing I like about him as well, yeah? If you don't know, you don't know that his dad's Denzel Washington. Like, it's not a big...
Yeah.
It's not
it's starting to fade out more.
Yeah. It's not because even I was talking to someone earlier and I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching Beckett with John David Washington, and it was like, oh yeah, who's that? And I was like, oh, it's Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington's got a son. I'm like, well, yeah. Well, I mean, I would assume he did anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's not like a big thing.
I think like if you knew, you would have known from before, but now it's not really. Yeah, it's not. You're gonna see him come up and not really think nothing of it.
Yeah, which is good. Like, not dragging on daddy's coattails, which is good.
Hear me.
But okay,
let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. For me, although I did. I said a couple times that the endings don't have to slap for the movie to be good, but I just think that this one was just too much for me to tell people to watch it. I think up until the part where he gets to the embassy, it's a bit like The Voyagers where you don't know where it's gonna go. It was like, we're here now, so now you got to show me something, and they definitely didn't show me anything. Definitely, it just went downhill from there. But until then, it had me and it was believable to an extent. But it had me. I was enjoying the movie and I wanted to carry on and see how it went. But once it got to a certain point, it just died for me. So on that basis, it's a not.
Yeah, because even the reasons, like when he was like, "You mean this is just?" and I was like, "Rash, really?"
I'm like, "Really? But all this for this?"
Yeah. That was disappointing. He even felt disappointed.
Well,
he only found out the script then. It's like, hold on, wait. You man had me running through that's how he felt. He felt like he just found out at the end of the script.
They might have just changed it right there. Like, oh no, we did have this story, but
I don't know if that's enough to say or not.
Remember what the watch it or not? Like, would you recommend someone to watch this?
Nah. You put pressure on me there. You put pressure on me there because it's not by far not the worst case on Netflix.
But again, we can't do that because we've watched some. I know, but we've watched some.
Sometimes I try and put it in the arena that it's in though.
But this isn't in that arena. That is trash.
What? Beckett?
No. Horizon Line.
Oh yeah, I'm not putting it in that arena. I'm just like, this is a good Netflix film. However, the ending was a bit didgeridoo, and it renders
the movie pointless.
Yeah, it kind of ruins it because it could have just. Yeah,
there's bare stories that they could have made up that would have been like, shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and even like, you know what it was the character, man, the new character from the embassy.
He was dead.
He fucked it up. He fucked it up.
He was on bench, bro.
You fucked that film up. Yeah, you did that. You did that. You hear me?
So what is it?
It's a nut.
Yeah,
let's be straight.
Episode
30. You hear me?
Yeah,
I have to be assertive on this episode.
We don't play around, man. We give you real reviews, man. Real reviews. All right, next one. Sweet Girl. Synopsis time. Your go. What we doing? Aquaman.
What's Aquaman?
That's who he is. He's Aquaman. We need an Aquaman. What's Aquaman, bro? Well, I don't know. You tell me. What if someone said to you, "Hey, man, he sounds like Aquaman"? What does that sound like to you?
All right, Aquaman. A devastated husband vows to bring justice to the people responsible for his wife's death while protecting the only family he has left, his daughter. Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
I mean, it was a bit action-y.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much Aquaman it was, but no, you got it. You got it. You got it.
I know Aquaman.
You got it.
Oh, no, Aquaman.
Do you know one thing I noticed about this movie and the other movie as well? I didn't really recognize anyone. I recognized the hitman from this. He was in Widows.
Hold on, let me track back.
He was in He was in Widows. That's the only.
Yeah. I recognize the hitman, but I didn't know where from.
Manuel Garcia-Rulfo.
Oh, I recognized Justin.
Oh yeah, he looks familiar.
Yeah, I recognize Justin. And who was that? That was the guy that owned the actual company.
Yeah, owned the actual company. So again, this one popped up.
Yeah, this kind of popped up with Beckett.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is why, because these have been two on my list, but there's other movies that I wanted to watch and this, that, and it's never been like, eh. And then Jason Momoa, I can't lie, I'm not a massive fan.
Because he's been Aquaman all the time.
I was a massive fan of Khal Drogo. That's where I saw him first properly.
I just get Hunter vibes from him all the time. Like
it's just I feel like certain actors do. Once you've seen them once, they do this. Like he was Aquaman basically with less jokes.
That's what I'm saying.
In this, it's just
Aquaman.
Yeah, it's a bit like Jason Statham, but the last movie that we reviewed of Jason Statham wasn't really Jason Statham, so it saved him. If you get what I'm
you know
saying.
why? Because Jason Statham just throws a gem in now and again.
Which
he hasn't thrown a gem in yet.
Nah. So anyway, again, this one started. I was watching it. One thing I will say is that, well, I mean, his wife dies at the beginning. We can say that because it happened right at the start. I definitely felt that scene when he was walking and then turning and then walking and then broke down. And do you remember that bit? And he was like, oh God.
Was that Kevin
crying.
Hart in Fatherhood?
That was good.
Right, cool.
That hit me straight away because I was like, okay, shit, like this is... This is deep. Like it's
he's got his dramatic role.
Do you know what I'm saying? And you have to nail.
I could do a silver lining too.
You have to nail that scene from the start because if you don't nail that scene, it sets the tone
how much you care.
Like, you know what I mean? If you don't nail that scene, I'm like,
if I feel like you don't care about your wife, it's like, bro,
neither do I. I don't give a shit about it either. Right. The movie went on. I was like, okay, cool. The action was kind of cool as well.
There was a lot of action in it.
Yeah, I wasn't, but again, it's Jason Momoa. So when there's action, you expect him to be of a certain standard. Man throws axes and stuff. So
I mean, he wasn't quite Aquaman in this.
He definitely weren't Aquaman. He was more.
Bro, to be honest, couple of fight things, I was a bit like, you kind of turning certain people. Well, you know what? I thought, all right, so you know what? Go on.
Go on.
Because I felt like they were turning certain scenes and certain characters into superheroes. However, I feel like I'm thinking about it too much, and I don't think this is what they were trying to do. When you find out, when you get to the end, it does make it a bit more realistic.
That's it.
In terms of damage, what a person could do
to another person.
Yeah, in comparison.
Okay, so what?
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm overthinking that though. I don't think that's what they were trying to pull off. Because I felt like at the time, like, how is he some superhero, bro? I just seen him smash man's head in a gazillion times and we're still on this, and then he hits him once and it's over with. You hear me?
I feel like when you find out what you find out, which you'll understand when you find out, I feel like it made sense in terms of how he could be where he was doing what he was doing, if you get what I'm saying. I'm just like, because when I'm looking at it, I'm like, this guy must be like 6'3".
This, you always think that, man. You gotta start letting that slide.
He's not inconspicuous at all.
But they're just characters for the film.
Nah, bro. Like,
what do you want him to find? Like a little 5'2" man cool. That ain't as popular as man.
What I'm trying to say is, if we walk outside this door now, and we see a big 6'3" man, man's gonna be like, what's he doing here? You get me? It'd be like what's going on here? You get me? But if I see like a little, like a little what?
What? Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if I see like a a 15-year-old or something like that. I
thought you were gonna say like 5'3".
Yeah, same thing. Whatever. It's like you're more just to forget about them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You're not really gonna pay attention to them. But these man need to understand that these are big man. Like they bring attention to them. Man, look at them, bro.
Nah, bro. Because when you're watching a film, they don't necessarily always look as big as you know them to be. You just know he's a big guy, but camera angles and all that bullshit. Look at Tom Cruise, bro. Yeah.
But he was a big guy in this as well. Like you could see it. Like,
yeah. All right, so
it's hard to do this one because
you can't give away.
You don't want to give too much away, which is a problem because there's a.
Well, you know what? I watched the film, and the title bothered me.
Okay.
So that was the first kind of.
But he says it right at the start though. Sweet girl.
It still bothered me though.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because I was like, and so what? That set the tone for the whole film.
You know, whenever I'm watching a movie and they say the thing in the movie, I always go like, it's like, sweet girl.
Yeah. All right. So what? You clocked the film from early? I was about to say.
But I knew that when the name of the thing, sweet girl,
from
him.
Of course. So did I. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me. For the film, for the title of the film.
To be called Sweet Girl.
That's what I'm saying. I was getting far. And I didn't even clock that until I got like halfway through. And I'm like, why is this thing called Sweet Girl? You hear me? You hear me? So title was interesting.
Yeah.
Title was very interesting.
That is good, actually. I didn't notice that, but thinking about it,
Yeah, bro. You hear me? Title was interesting. Like you said, there's a lot of action in this.
It's hard, bro. I know it's hard
because
you can't really, because even stuff that I want to say
because
you can't spoil it. You can't spoil it. So even things I want to say, I'm thinking I don't think I can actually say it because go on.
No, I was gonna say the acting was meaty. Acting was very meaty. But I get that from him. I'll be interested to see what else he can do. You know,
what apart from like an action
guy? I'll be interested. I don't know what else like. That's what he might have to cut his hair. He might have to take a trim.
Fade?
Might have to, he's just got the little, and it's like man's got a big head though, like on a big Thanos head.
Little skin fade on the side of it.
Who else was in this? Who other characters? What other characters could we talk about? The Hitman. You know what?
That's another.
Did they do well with this plot twist? Did they do well? Because when they start peeling it back and you're like, okay, is that why you get me? And did they do that well?
No, because
they had to have because you didn't know, bro.
No, but that doesn't matter, bro. That was just for me. Yeah, I swear to God, for me, yeah, that just felt like
I was like, really?
I was like, I was like, that's why I was like, all of that, what everything. I'm like, come on, man. Like, let's be real. This is what I'm trying to say. Unrealistic.
Yeah.
What I'm coming with is unrealistic. At least
you know what?
They could have done it. They could have done it.
But it couldn't have been
what had happened.
Yeah.
They needed, and you needed more. Like you needed to be able to, when that peeled back, like Usual Suspects, when it peels back, you're like, that's
it
why
needed to be a lot more savage.
That's why like that.
Like, because I get where they were coming from and to where the thing was. But that's what I'm saying. Did you think the twist and the way that they did certain...
No, that's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't good enough. Like there was...
Wow, that's a tough crowd.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm coming from Inception twist.
Yeah, see,
Interstellar
don't do
twist.
that. This is what I'm saying about the arenas, bro.
I'm coming from
you
that.
can't put an Inception into flipping the Netflix arena, bro.
Then don't.
Netflix is never making an Inception. They don't have the budget, bro.
That's cool, but don't come with dead twists.
They gotta come with a twist.
Well, then it needs to be better than the twist that they came with.
That's harsh. I'm not being that harsh on that.
So do you think this was a good twist?
Yes, I just think that they could have executed it a bit better by, like what you said. There needed to be a bit more backstory,
clues that would have led.
Not even necessarily clues, because I was good without it.
Really?
I was pleasantly surprised. It's just that
I was fucking
like,
surprised. I was definitely fucking surprised.
I was
what the Ross? Really? Like, what the fuck?
I was surprised. I had no idea. You get me? However, when they started peeling it back, and not necessarily clues, there just needed to be more
when it happened, when you saw the twist,
it needed to be a savage. Like
when the twist happened, you need to be able to be like,
I can understand, because
that's what I needed. I didn't get that. It was more like,
but it's not even the clues. It's just that needed to be,
but the moment needed to be like,
needed to be like more savage. Like it wasn't savage enough. Like, you get me? I got like when he was training and boom, boom, boom. I got where all that come from, but it wasn't that one
never
little,
made sense.
That one little don't warrant all of that.
Yeah,
when I see you get me? Wild out, that don't warrant all of that. You hear me?
Yeah, that's true.
It needed to be more, and then I would have understood
how it could have occurred like this. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Me?
Good points.
The fact that it caught man, bro. It caught man.
It definitely caught man.
It caught man.
It definitely caught
I had
me.
no idea. No idea.
Caught me.
It caught man.
Apart from that.
It wasn't bad. What was a good point? What was a good point?
That's what I'm saying. But do you see the problem with this show? Let me let you know, people. The big problem with this show here is that we've seen some shit. Like, we've seen some shit. So the movie isn't that shit, but it's not that good. So we're kind of here on whether or not we should say, watch it, because definitely don't watch those. Definitely watch those. But this one,
it kind of falls in between.
Like, do you know what?
Because all right, the build up to everything, is it good for you?
Do you know what? I'm gonna get into it, yeah, and I'm gonna say, watch it. The reason I'm gonna say watch it is because I got caught. That's
what I'm saying, man.
Would
anytime that happens means they've done
something
not
well.
Always a good enough job, but they've done a job in keeping what they needed to keep.
And to be fair, this isn't a Beckett ending. The ending was just like,
yeah.
It was just like, So it's a watch it from me. It just scraped it. It just scraped it. You just got into it. You just got into it. But it's a watch it from me.
I'm not going to say it just scraped it. It's a watch it from me. However, I do feel like they was reaching. As much as I like the fact that they caught me off guard, what they caught me off guard was
a reach. Massively.
It was a reach.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It feels like they tried to hide it too much.
Yeah. It just feels like you know what? They had to hide it as well as they did because they knew it was so wild. What they were about to hit you with was about to be just a twist.
It feels like twist. You know, like if you're watching a whodunit movie and it's like that guy and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how did that guy even do it? That's what it feels like.
Yeah. But you know what? They done well. Yeah. So I'll give it. I won't say it's a just scrape it because it was action packed. It was action packed.
Yeah, and
it kept man intrigued. Like it was a decent film. It was a decent film. So let's watch it from me.
All right, on to our final review. Stephen is called. This is obviously the 3-part drama, ITV drama about Stephen Lawrence. I don't think we need to go too much into what Stephen Lawrence is about. I think we all know in terms of that. Do we need to do the synopsis?
Yeah, just so they know what this is about, I guess.
The story of the ongoing struggle by Doreen and Neville Lawrence to achieve justice and how a detective, DCI Clive Driscoll, working closely with the Lawrences, puts together an investigation that finally, more than 18 years after his death, secures the convictions of 2 of the gang who committed the murder of Stephen. How old was you when this happened? So this was 1993.
I don't know, young. Primary school.
I feel like this was my first...
Somewhere, I think.
I feel like this was my first... I don't want to say taste, but this was like my first taste of getting to know English racism. I think...
At the time it happened or during the time? I don't feel like at the time.
I think at the time when I was watching the news and stuff, when I was seeing what had happened, why it had happened, because I don't think... I would have been 6.
Maybe you're right. Yeah.
I would have been 6, so I don't think I would have known much about the level of racism of what it was going on. I probably might have inkling knew about me being black and someone being white or whatever and etc. But I don't think I knew that some people may have seen that as a problem. If you
Yeah,
get what I'm
nowhere
saying.
near to the extent. Yeah.
So
but
because for some reason I really remember this vividly, and also
so do I, but I don't know when I remember it. Like,
it's weird as well because I also remember. Did you see when they touched upon Roland Adams? Did you see that he went the dad Neville? He went and saw another dad, Roland Adams. So I also remember that one.
Okay,
but funny enough, it's not funny at all. But I worked with Roland's brother. I used to work with his brother. Yeah, we've never spoken about, but I knew as soon as he told me his name, I knew who he was because I had seen his face and stuff, and I'd seen his brother's face and stuff. But I had already knew about that as well. But that one doesn't stick with me, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But this one, which is obvious because this one was massive.
Yeah,
it's kind of it's harrowing to understand what the parents would have gone through during this time. It's crazy. I just can't. As a father of 3, I can't imagine me.
Yeah,
so he was 18, so which that would have been 4 years older than my oldest child now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what they must have been going through.
And at the times,
which was in and the area as well, because Eltham's notorious as well back in the Eltham was notorious back in the day for that kind of
Well,
madness.
I don't know Elton like that, but yeah, from what you hear about this, I learned a few new things from this.
I feel like you always
Yeah.
pick up on something new.
But I think I learned a few new things. But it's crazy when you proper like just
deep it,
take in some of the things that are just glossed over, and it's like, really? Just like that happens, and it's like, yeah, man.
And
it's
I found it strange at how difficult it is. It kind of gave me an insight into the police's world of closing cases, because there was a part in this where the police officer, Steve, shout out to Steve Coogan as well, because I didn't even know he could do this.
Was you surprised to see him?
Yes, I remember, what was it, Alan Partridge?
Bro.
I was like, when I first saw him on here, I was like in Stephen
Did he do well?
Lawrence.
Did he do well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. Like, I didn't even know he had this in him.
I've seen him do another kind of dramatic
Really?
role.
I haven't.
Yeah, I think he's been going in. He's been doing a Hugh Grant.
Okay.
You know, where they're kind of going into a realm where it's like,
yeah.
You know, what was the thing that we reviewed with Hugh Grant? What was that?
Oh, I can't remember.
It's
I know
not
you're talking
important, but
about,
you know, like going into
with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
you know,
remember what it's
going
called.
into that space of a bit more serious kind
more
of
drama, more.
same thing that we're saying my man should do from Sweet Girl. You know, when you've kind of got to now show a different
side.
And yeah, I was surprised to see him, but he done really well.
No, he done really well.
I mean, I obviously don't know the character he's supposed to be,
or whether or not he portrayed
it's
him
actually
well,
like that.
but he himself portrayed as well. But shout out to Charlene White as well, who played his mum, Doreen.
Yes,
I've seen her. I think
I've seen her a few times.
Casualty is the one.
I've seen her about, and she's always.
The other guys in Casualty as well.
Yeah.
Hugh Quashie.
Yeah, he was a big character in Casualty. I never watched Casualty
massive.
like that.
I think he's still going on. I think he's like the longest
Casualty still going on.
I think so.
I don't know about that, but go.
No, I think it's still going on. Or if it has ended, it ended like this year, because I'm sure I've seen it. Like, unless they was doing repeats, but I'm sure it's still going on.
Okay.
But I'm sure he's the longest serving character.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, these are seasoned actors, and you could tell.
Yeah. I think his name's Richie Campbell as well. He played Dwayne, the guy who. He's been in a lot kind of low things. I see. The first thing I remember him, I can't remember, but he played that character Tyrone.
Yeah,
and he was
he
like, he
stole
man's crepes. Do you remember?
He stole man's crepes.
And he's like, yeah, man can get my
what was
feet
that in? It wasn't
Another Hood.
Yeah,
was it Another
Hood?
Hood?
It was Another Hood.
So yeah, he's come a long way, because
A
I see him
very long way.
I see him in an advert as well. Do you see him? And he's getting like shot from helicopters and
No,
stuff.
I haven't seen that, but I've seen him in something else though.
Yeah,
and,
but it's like I was saying, it was kind of insightful to see from the police's side of how much it's difficult for them to close cases certain times, because there was a part where he had found evidence on Stevens the guy's clothes, and he wasn't allowed to use it.
But did it show you? See, was that an eye opener on how hard it is to close cases, or how hard it is to close certain cases? Because sometimes it comes across where not that hard to close other cases. You know what I'm saying? You get me? But there were certain things that they were having to get ticked off the box, and I was like,
yeah, it was like,
you know,
when that was, I was like, yeah, just because
like,
this it wasn't found.
The science man now to use his level something training to do this. This ain't even. This is going past what you lot need. Surely, I don't know, but it's feeling a bit. You hear me?
And all the leaks in the papers, and it's just crazy to know that.
Well, yeah, because it's wild to know the inside. That's why things like Line of Duty was kind of good, because it showed
from their side.
Yeah, because you kind of see, and then you start using that hair now, and you know how dark it can get, and people, like, even if they don't know that person that was involved, just to keep face of the force, you get me? It's like, man, so you're on that case. It must be a, you know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
Yeah, it must be. That was horrible. It also weird to see, not weird, but also crazy to see how much they relied on witnesses. That they actually relied on. I don't want to say it. Well, fuck it. On people snitching.
Yeah,
that they really needed people to come forward.
They always say that, man. Most of the police workers not that bad, popo.
Yeah, they literally, like, if no one came forward in that case,
it holds a lot of weight. It holds a lot of weight
because he still couldn't. Some of the people that he wanted to get on the stand didn't even come on the stand.
Yeah, still wasn't on it.
Do you think that the parents? Do you think they still want to see this?
What,
because
as in terms of like shows?
Yeah, in terms of shows and etc. Do you think something like this will help bring people forward?
I'm gonna say this judged on what little I know and just judging from watching that. Maybe they do, and only because they're still quite active in keeping the word alive. So obviously they've got the foundations and thing. So I wonder if this keeps the word alive or draw attention, but at the same time, watching that let you know that the attention isn't always a good thing. You hear me? It comes with, bringing back this up again, and then it sparks
because
that
they're going to be back in the news now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, but I just say maybe because, like I said, I learned some new things.
Me as well.
I learned so much new things. So it was like, it just opens you up again to, just a reminder, you get me? It's like, I don't know. I'm going to stick with a maybe. I don't know.
It's hard to even kind of contemplate being in that position, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's difficult, right? Just imagine your child's
because
murdered.
Remember, even before the Fed was bringing up the case, it's like, yo, make sure you're, like, this is
proper.
Gonna be, because
I've been
it brings,
through this twice.
like, hella times, and it's not cool. Like, I'd rather just let me do my thing.
Let me.
It's like, if you are gonna start this bullshit up again.
I do hope, I would assume that the police officer that they portrayed, what was his name? DCI Clive Driscoll.
Yeah.
That
was crazy. Yeah, but it even indicates to you how it ended, and it's like, rare.
Violated him.
Bruh.
After all of that.
But you know why? It's like, now that's when you start to see it's like...
It was violated because he went against...
He done too much.
Yeah, he done too much.
Much.
Sweep this one under the rug, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what... That's basically what that indicated. You've
been sweeping
this under the rug. It's all right, you had your fun. Boom, now, you hear me? Trying to... You hear me?
But another thing, it kind of thing is like, it's crazy what gets done when you got a white person on your side, isn't it?
And I was, you know what's funny? Bro. I was thinking, you know when you just got something that you're gonna say on the show, like in your head. It's like one thing I need to remember is like you always need one of the others on your team, but it's crazy how it always takes one of the others. It's
always good to have always a white guy on the others, side, bro.
I'm telling you,
they get
proven so many times.
They get things
more time
done
or not. That's the only time where we can get a little bust through. You hear me? You always need. I'm not gonna say you always need, but it helps a hell of a lot when you got one of the others on the side.
Even when they jacked her car, she went to the police station. She's there. She ain't getting no help. One phone call to my man.
As much as I know they were relieved at the scene or whatever that portrayed, I was like, you mother should throw my shoe in.
Bro, I was like, you son of a bitches. And I was like, you know what? I bet that did happen.
Yeah. That's the kind of shit that's because that's the kind of things you don't forget.
Yeah,
but I don't even know. Was they heavily involved in this story? I don't know the backstory of how this came about. Was the parents heavily involved with this?
I'm not too sure, but I feel like anything to do with Stephen Lawrence, they wouldn't be allowed to do unless they had her back. Because I feel like Doreen Lawrence is kind of like
play.
Yeah, you can't like if you're putting something out about my son, I want to like. I'm sure she had a heavy like.
Yeah.
No, that's gone. This is gone. Yeah, you can put that. I'm sure she was well aware of what was going on in this.
No, 100. I would believe so.
Yeah, I would definitely believe so. Because I know she's heavy into her not protesting. She's heavy into her activism, and she's got the foundation, etc. She's I think she's an OBE or MBE, one of those ones.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
She knows her stuff. She ain't no
so
joke.
Yeah, in saying that, I mean, with hopes that she was, then I would believe that.
I'm sure if someone went to put out something about Stephen Lawrence that never had her say, there would be problems.
Yeah, you would hear about it.
She's Doreen Lawrence. Like it's not a joke. It's a bit weird doing this one as a watch it or not.
I mean, definitely a watch it, man.
It's 100% watch it. It's even to the point that I learned new things and I feel like I know quite a lot anyway.
Just growing up with
Stephen, it. Just growing up with it. Because this is what I'm saying. This is something man grew up with from young. Everyone knew.
So when you're watching this now and you're like,
it must be a slim percentage of UK Black British people that don't know who Stephen Lawrence is.
Yeah.
Would you be hard pressed to find a black person born in the UK, lives in the UK that don't know who Stephen Lawrence is?
I guess in ways, going along with my maybe again, is this introduces the youngers again into the story, just keeping it. Yeah. You hear me? Just
I need to ask my kids actually whether or not they know who Stephen Lawrence is. I wonder if they do.
Yeah. I wonder if be something to check out.
I definitely will ask them. But yeah, I mean, it's 100% watch it.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's just good to know.
It's good 3 parts as well.
Yeah, it is good 3 parts. None of it was slow.
Yeah,
None
that's
of it
what I'm
was
saying.
slow. It was well paced.
It's a good 3 part, man.
It's good to know about this case and about the troubles they faced and what they was going through and police corruption. Yes, it does exist. Yes, racism does exist. Institutional racism exists. Us as black people, we know this. But it's good to kind of see it in your face, if you get what I'm saying, and be like, okay, raw, like, shit, that's what they did. Raw, they did that. No way they did that. It's kind of, that's what you get from all episodes, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, it's definite watch it from me.
Yeah, man. Agreed with everything said. Watch it. 3 parts. This drift nicely. It's not too long. It's not too short. All makes sense. There's a lot of info in there. Watch it. ITV Hub.
Yeah.
Check that out.
All right, cool. So, little bit of a mad one to end it on, but is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all of those good things because we want to hear this sound.
Tings and the tatungs, you know the browsers that you use. Get to know the browsers you use because I might throw in a quiz one day. You know them way there. I might throw in a quiz. I want to see who been paying attention.
Make sure you don't watch this by yourself. Make sure you watch it with a friend because watching it by yourself is
boring.
Yes, it is.
And I hope you lot make it to the end to hear that, you know, car. That's a very important thing. Do not watch some of these things. No, don't watch this by yourself. Don't watch none of these movies and things by yourself. You hear me? Sometimes just grab a buddy, grab a gal, grab a guy. You hear me? Enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, guys, this has been Watch It or Not
TV.
I'm Daniel Nero.
Hey, wait, don't just breathe past that. Did you hear the little TV?
Yeah, bro. Do you know how sick that ending was going to be, bruv? Bruv, what's wrong with you, bro? Bro, I heard the TV. I was like, my guy. All right.
You catch the ball. You caught the ball. You caught the ball. You caught the ball. You caught the ball.
It's you saying on the end stretch now. Safa's passed me the thing. My God.
I got excited.
Oh my gosh.
Should we
do it again?
It won't be the same.
It's not going to be the same, bro.
No.
Okay, guys. I've been Daniel Nero.
Oh, man. I go by the name of Zush, a.k.a. Guyver.
And that's enough for one.